Howdy, folks. If you're seeing this, this means you obviously have access to this program and I want you to use it. So this is kind of a walkthrough of how it works. So what we've got here is the first thing we're going to do is come to the pre-testing tab. Now in here, you're going to enter your body weight. Good news is this is your own program, so no one has to see it. But we do have need to have a pretty good idea what your body weight is. From there, you're going to pick an exercise from the drop-down menus. At that point, you're going to go ahead and perform however many reps you can after you warm up, and then you're going to tabulate that. It's going to be for vertical pressing, so aka with more of a vertical, horizontal, which is more of just a straight side to side. Same thing with vertical pulling, horizontal pulling, and then when it comes to lower body, we're just going to do a simple type of squat test, following any of the options that you can find that's going to work for you. Now, after you get done doing that, it's going to go ahead and plug in all of those maxes for you over here. And then you're going to go ahead and pick an exercise that looks like it's going to be just challenging enough for you, but it's not going to be too difficult, so you can keep that rep range in the higher levels that we're looking for. And you're going to do the same thing with your push-up choices and with your horizontal rowing, body weight low row pulling, or body two. And then we've got our single leg. So this is going to be probably just going into, say, a walking forwards lunge. Then we're going to pick our vertical press, and then we're going to run it. Now, each week, notice this -18, doesn't think you can do pike push-ups feet elevated because, well, you didn't do that well on your first one, and that's okay. So we're going to go from the knees and like, okay, that's all we're looking for. Now, each week, you're going to write in, after you warm up, how many reps you did in the exercise. So it could be something like, okay, actually I managed to do 4, and I managed to do 4 for the second set and 3 for the next. Now it's then changing what its estimations are going to be for us to do the subsequent week. And that is going to be what we're using to kind of keep ourselves honest and push ourselves forward. When it comes to the core exercise, we've got a number of options here. Feel free to, go for broke. We don't want anybody to hurt themselves, but we want you to push yourself to whatever you feel comfortable. You're also going to do some type of carry. You're going to write in the load that you've done for that carry right over here. And so that way we can know what weight you're using. And then you're just trying to think about, this is currently in yards, just carrying it, good posture, and see how you feel the next time you do it. Now, we then have some assistance, and then this stuff is bonus. Don't even worry about it. Now, after each of those training days, before you do it the next time, you're going to go through and evaluate your soreness from your lower body, your upper body pressing musculature, and your upper body pulling musculature. This is important because it's going to change up how many reps we're expecting you to do. Because if you're obviously way, way sore, we're going to not have you try to increase by as much. Whereas if you weren't really sore at all, then we're going to go ahead and try to push it and get you to do a little bit more. But the goal with this program is always to make progress, and it's not to hurt ourselves. So that's going to be, we're going to pick different exercises for day 2. And if you want to do resistance training 3 days a week, you're going to go ahead and pick different exercises there. Now we get ourselves to the aerobic work. Now the aerobic work, we've got up to 6 days. You don't have to do that. And it allows you to mix methods. So you can say you went for a walk, you went for a jog, and then you also maybe took a bit of a hike. And we're going to say that we did this in minutes. So you say you took a 20-minute walk, you jogged for 5 minutes and realized it was awful and stopped. And then you did something like hike around for, let's say, half an hour. Well, then it's going to tabulate your total session volume and then give you an idea of how much you should progress each. But same thing, you're going to tabulate your soreness. So you could have been just absolutely brutally sore, and it's like, you know what? How about next week you try to do a little bit less? Because we're not trying to destroy ourselves, we're trying to make progress. And same thing, you don't necessarily need to do this in minutes. This can be in how many steps you took doing it. This could be the calories burned or the distance covered. So, and then we've got a number of different options here. We also are going to have some sporting options that I'm going to add to this also. Now, when it comes to mobility work, we have the same basic idea of the day 1 is relatively structured. You're just hitting a couple different types of yoga positions, and the goal is we're counting it in breaths. So nice and slow, controlling our body, not pushing ourselves to really, we're not holding our breath in a position. If we're holding our breath in position, we're not relaxing in the position. So make sure you're breathing the entire time. So you'll enter the number of breaths you've managed to hold that position for, and then it's going to give you goals for the next week. And same thing, you're going to rate not just your soreness, but also the improvement in function. So did it help it a little bit, a moderate, a whole lot, didn't really do anything, or it just straight up hurt you. So it's going to go ahead and same thing, help change up our goals with what we're having you do, depending on how you evaluate how the session felt. So thanks for listening. Some of you guys that are watching this have my contact information. By all means, go ahead and contact me about this if you have questions. If you don't have my contact information, that's okay. Just do your best with it and just leave a comment on this YouTube or a comment on the documents online, and then I'll try to get a hold of you one way, shape, or another. But stay safe out there, folks. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.